Ghost in the Shell. Now, I wasn't expecting anything from this movie because I have never seen the anime. I literally have no idea about what the story is even about. So I came into this movie without any prior knowledge to the story. Maybe my perception of the movie is not the same because I've never seen the anime and I'm not really a fan of the show. So the movie takes place in a very futuristic world. All the special effects and CGI they use in the movie look really cool. There's a lot of people with cyber enhancements on their faces, on their bodies. I love the character designs. Anytime the movie's in the city, it looks awesome, but instead of billboards, they got holograms. Even the cars have holograms like revolving around them, and all that looks great. The first villain was actually a really interesting character. His whole design was awesome. The way he was stuttering, he sounded like a computer. I thought he was an awesome character. The whole concept of the movie is really cool. It challenges the ideas of what it means to be human with all the technology that we have now. It brings up a very interesting topic of how human we can really be while we transcend into a future that's mostly cybernetic. Unfortunately though, the movie is just boring. After the first fight scene that the movie starts with, it just gets really boring. And I know they have to set up the entire story, they have to give the exposition, but the way it's handled is just super not interesting. The movie takes forever to start. It's not until like 30-45 minutes into the movie that it finally gets interesting, and that's when you get the first villain. But then you find out he's not really the villain anymore. I don't think that's a spoiler because you're probably not even gonna see this movie. I'm not saying the movie needed more action for it to be good, but if the story is boring, you could at least make it an action flick. There's actually very few action sequences in the movie, and none of them are actually that exciting. I'm sure the original characters from the anime are interesting, but in the movie, they were very boring characters. But you don't actually see the characters to their full potential in the movie, so you don't really care. I can't really say walking out of the movie that Scarlett Johanssen was the only person that could have played this character. Could have been anybody. She sells. Of course they're gonna slap her on the poster and be like, yo, come see our movie. She's popular and she's hot, you know? Most of the time she's kind of naked. She's not bad in the movie, it's just that she just doesn't have much of a personality. And I know she's not supposed to at first because she feels like a shell and she slowly gets more emotions. But even after, when she gets those emotions, not that compelling. Towards the end, when it finally gets a little interesting, it just ends, and it ends in a very anticlimactic way. Overall though, the movie's really boring. For the most part, I felt very tired of the movie. I kept checking my phone. There are some good supporting characters that do bring some good performances, like the doctor or the surgeon, whatever, that created her. She was cool. Her relationship with Major was cool. Dude helping her out was actually really cool too, but they were just still okay. So I'd say maybe if you're a Ghost in the Shell fan and you've been waiting for this movie forever, maybe you'll enjoy it still. Maybe there's so much lore and Easter eggs I just completely missed because I've never seen the original. Maybe someone that knows all these Easter eggs would love the movie. I don't know. Maybe. But I have to say, for the most part, it's pretty fucking boring. If you were thinking about seeing this movie because you want to see a cool action movie, don't do it, dude. Just don't do it, dude. You're gonna have a bad time. If you're a Ghost in the Shell fan, I don't even know if I recommend it to you, to be honest. I'd say you're probably gonna see it just because you're curious, so you decide what you think about it. But I think it's pretty boring. Don't take your mom's. She'll probably be bored as hell. 5 out of 10. Alright guys, later!